Well, hey everyone, welcome to week 5 of our Decide to Thrive small group series. We're so excited you're here, excited for our conversation today. My name's Christian Ashford. I'm from our Biloxi location, and today we are talking about the influence decision. We're talking about the idea that we were made to influence the world around us. A lot of people kind of shy away from this idea of influencing people, of leading people, but the truth is God designed us to influence. And so to help us maybe get some clarity, dive into this topic today, we have my man, Evan Lombis from our Baton Rouge location. Evan, thank you for being here.
No, seriously, it's an honor. I appreciate y'all bringing me in.
Absolutely, man. Excited to have you. We just would love to hear maybe some of your thoughts on the idea, the topic of servant leadership. So without further ado, take it away.
Yeah, so with servant leadership, there's kind of like, I don't know if people fully understand maybe what that looks like sometimes. Because, with the world's like, you got to go get your own, make yourself something. You got to be this, like really grind and grit. And Jesus is like, no, actually, go help someone. Like, go find their need and meet them where they're at. And, honestly, that's, it's a lot different than what we're used to. Mark 10:43 and 45, this is Jesus talking. He says, but whoever desires to become great among you shall be your servant, and whoever of you desires to be first shall be slaves of all. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. And, honestly, just a simple little bit of that is like we all have God-given gifts, talents, and abilities that God's like, hey, let's use them. Let's use it for good, And so servant leadership is just honestly just a great opportunity for us to do that and to be that for others. So yeah.
Come on, yeah, that's good. I would love to hear maybe just kind of a personal story. Who modeled that? Someone who modeled that for you well. It seems like you've learned it from somewhere.
Yeah.
So who was a good example of this servant leadership in your life?
Yeah, so for me, it was my senior year varsity coach. One thing in particular was it was during tryouts, and I'm kind of coming off a season where I kind of had some low confidence. I wasn't playing my best during tryouts. I remember he pulled me to the side and he's like, Evan, where would you rank yourself on this team? And I'm like, that's a weird question, but I don't know, 11, 12 maybe, best. And he's like, are you kidding me? And he pulled the other coaches to him, and he was like, I want y'all to write down where you think Evan could be and should be. And they all go down, they reveal the numbers, and it was 3, 4, but him, he had 1. And it really threw me off, and I was like, what? He's like, Evan, I believe in you.
Wow.
He's like, and I think that you could lead this team. I think you could play, and be the best player out here. And I was just like, and it shot my confidence up. I mean, wind into my sails, and I ended up having, Christian, probably the best season I've ever had, and the most fun I've ever had playing soccer, statistically wise, if you want to go there. It was, I don't know, it was just overall just a great season. But it all came from him, really going out of his way for me sometimes, but then encouraging me when I needed it the most. So
come on.
Yeah,
it's awesome, man. That's such a perfect picture of that. Like we were saying, putting other people's needs above your own. What would you say, just practically, what does it look like to live a life of servant leadership? What does that look like?
So one of the first things is that we serve from love. And so just honestly, just keep it real simple. It's you're kind of just meeting people where they're at. That's probably the big thing. We see Jesus do that a lot. Well, the second thing is that confidence empowers others. Of course, the story I just shared, with my coach, he's the reason why I still played soccer that year. He's the reason why I even had such a great season. And, what's cool with that too is that I had an opportunity to coach after, but it all came from that one moment because he really got me to stick with it. Another thing I'd say is that, it says initiative meets real needs. And with that, it's pretty much just step out, go for it. That, just do it, not afraid, unashamed, just go out, right? Courage in the face of rejection. Sometimes just some people who don't want it. And so really just having the courage and the boldness just to step out. Why? Because God's with you in it. And then honestly, Christian, the last thing I would say is that humility is contagious. And so when you come from, a humble spot of serving people for yourself, other people take notice and they want it as well. So it's just a really cool opportunity where God's able to move.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, Evan, thank you again so much for being here. Thank you for sharing all of that. Man, it's a lot to think about.
Yeah.
But it's important. It matters. If we want to make an influence, leave a mark. And so to all of you, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining your small group. We know your small group leaders are so excited to have you there. And so we hope you have a great discussion about this idea of influence, making a decision to leave a mark. And we will see you next week. Thank you so much.